They should open up and clean their gutters to enable normal flow of water. Be prepared to move to higher ground when they see tidal water overflowing riverbanks into their valleys to avoid death and mitigate loss of property. The state government is also calling on all flood management committees in those local governments to immediately mount surveillance to watch out and notice any provide accurate information that will sensitize the people adequately on what to do, while also working with council chairmen, traditional rulers, and all opinion leaders in order to strengthen the response capabilities of communities. Such committees should work out modalities that will cushion the effect of the flood disaster on
In highlights, Antony Blinken meets the LCC in Cairo as Biden administration scrambles to contain Israeli-Hamas war. South Africa recalls soldiers accused of sexual abuse in DRC. Plus, Ecuador elect. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. And now details of the news. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, the Israeli-Hamas war from becoming a broader regional conflict. Speaking in Cairo after meeting with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, Blinken reaffirmed his country's support through Arab nations aimed at preventing a wider war with devastating humanitarian consequences. During his meeting with Blinken, el-Sisi said Israel's guard. It was the strongest public pushback that Blinken has heard from the 7 Arab leaders with whom he has met on the trip. Now, the International Monetary Fund met on its executive board as reached Nadia Calvino announcing this in Marrakesh, Morocco, under their members to step up funding for the institutions so that they can better support government in the fight against poverty and climate change. IMF Managing Director Kristalina Jeff will be strengthened. Although the distribution of votes has not been changed, the IMF has agreed to expand its board from 24 to 25 members to give an additional seat to Africa, which until now has held 2. The meetings are being held on the African continent for the first time since the 90s. From various political and ideological backgrounds came together in Tunis to express their unwavering support for the Palestinian people. The situation in Gaza, where approximately 1 million residents have been displaced due to a week of intensive Israeli bombardment. Reports say around 1 million residents have been displaced. Republic of Congo. UN mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, MONUSCO, said it had arrested 8 South African peacekeepers and suspended 1 officer. According to a preliminary report, the officer in question intimidated and verbally threatened members of the UN following the arrest of peacekeepers for frequenting brothels, which resulted in an attempted escape, a fight, and a chase with elements of the UN. Stephanie Jorajic had indicated that MONUSCO had received information indicating that the soldiers concerned were meeting after curfew in a bar outside the boundaries known to be a place of prostitution. He added that when they come to arrest the accused, UN police officers were physically attacked and threatened by members of the South African battery after allegedly stabbing a 6-year-old boy to death because he was Muslim. Joseph Scuba, 71, is accused of killing Wadea Al-Yufam and seriously wounding his mother in Penfield in Illinois. The landlord allegedly targeted the pair, who were his tenants, because of their religion and the ongoing conflict between Hamas and Israel. Authorities to survive. When officers arrived at the scene about 40 miles southwest of Chicago, they found scuba sat on the ground outside the property. French Prime Minister Elizabeth Borne has put the country in its highest state of counter-terrorism alert after an assailant fatally stabbed a teacher and seriously wounded two others, as 7,000 soldiers were mobilized for increased security patrols, and the Louvre Museum in Paris was closed for security reasons. The attack at Gambetta High School in the northern city came amid rising tensions in France's sizable Muslims and Jewish communities due to the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Interior Minister Gerald Damanin said that there was no doubt a link between the Hamas attack and the Israeli-Hamas conflict.